Today, we address the issue of emotional eating and why, in most instances, eating is not as simple as it appears. You would see someone who likes to eat a specific food and think that it is just an issue of telling them, why don't you just stop eating this and that? But there are psychological reasons behind them eating the way that they do. Sometimes the food is an escape. It is the only thing that gives them comfort. The only thing that raises the levels of endorphins. Certain foods that that food is simply chemicals. Any kind of food, and it has, as a chemical, it has a reaction in the body, and specific foods have specific reactions in the body. So the body chemistry or the biology releases certain chemicals whenever somebody ingests certain foods, and some food that usually the foods that we call foods that have excessive amounts of sugar usually tend to raise endorphins in the body, and that is comforting. It helps someone who might feel down, someone who might be depressed, and food might be their only source of the only thing that lifts them up or makes them feel good about themselves, not in the feeling good about who I am, but feeling good about just making them feel good. And that is why emotional eating is very dangerous, and it tends to be something that could have been derived from early childhood. If someone tended to be fed something to comfort them, let's say you are crying and then you're given sweets to make you stop crying, or to make you, to get you in a different mood. And so whenever someone is in a low mood, they start reaching for sweets, for something to comfort them. And that is where the comfort aspect of food comes in. It is not something that they do consciously. It is unconscious, and you just tend to reach for that thing that makes you feel better at a time when you're feeling down. And you can imagine that addiction to a specific food being, or having a correlation to it giving you comfort. It is not so much that you eat it not knowing that it is not good for you. It is just that at that specific moment, it helps to alleviate any sense of pain, psychological or otherwise. And that in itself is a limiting aspect, in that it is very difficult for someone who tends to go to food as an escape method, as a comfort, for you to try to cut off that the only thing that gives them a sense of upliftment. You realize that when you cut that off, they could start sinking into a very deprived state. And that is why there's that issue of addiction. If you take the time to ask yourself the question, why do you keep doing what you're doing, you will be able to get to the root and understand that the self-destruction or self-destructive behavior is at a deep part of yourself. It is self-preservation. It is not so much self-destruction as it is self-preservation. It is something that It is a post-traumatic stress reaction. It is something that is designed to help you protect you. It is not something that is designed to kill you. You are doing it because of self-preservation. At any point that you see someone deciding to make a change in their life, in anything that they've been doing in the past, that thing that they're doing has to cause them such an amount of pain that their pain threshold is unable to handle it, that they choose to just stop doing what they're doing. But unless they get to that point where it is so painful to do what they do, it is very difficult for them to change. So pain is a motivator in that it drives you to make specific changes in your life. And sometimes we need to use pain as an instigator to change. Sometimes you have to just sit down and look at your life, and while making that evaluation, make the assessment that, you know what, doing this or continuing down this path is going to be so painful that if I do not make the change that I need to, the pain would be unbearable. And that association in your neurology is what will spark you to just decide that enough is enough. And you will be able to get yourself out of that rut. It is simply focusing on the pain that a specific lifestyle is going to lead you to. See that pain and feel it. And the deep association to pain as connected to your current behavior will force you to change your ways.